24/7, 365. And I am not joking when I say I work 7 days a week, most weeks. I was really grumpy this summer when I was writing my 12th book. That was a nightmare. Thank God the boys went to the camp. My husband's like, will I be seeing you at 9 o'clock tonight? I'm like, I don't know, it depends. But we do 24/7, 365. It's the way that the web works, but we have readers in New Zealand who are constantly following what we do, what we Twitter. You know, through Bitly we can tell. Does everybody know what Bitly is? Most people? So through Bitly we can tell who's actually clicking on and when they're clicking on and what they're clicking on. And so this is a really good way for us to, kind of be 24/7, 365. Where do we do it? So again, I've got two sides of my business. We're national, columns, cable network, TV, NPR. I frequently am a guest on Fox, CNN, CNBC to talk about the real estate business and personal finance. Locally, radio in Atlanta, TV in Chicago. Internationally, with the internet, multimedia, print, internet, radio, TV, video. On-the-ground events. We're now doing events in Atlanta, something we hope to do around the country next year. Sponsored content projects, free weekly newsletters, geez, anything you can think of. But this is where our Thinkling community is not just, it's virtual, but it's also real. It's out there and it's spread around. But the hardest question, I think, is why you do something. And in the modern social networking world, I think why gets lost. Don't you? It's like, yeah, sure, you're pushing all this stuff out there, you're busy, you're making a living, but why? What is it that drives you? Where is the passion for what you do? Right? Passion is just crucial to everything. I am sure that everybody in this room is passionate as a journalist. You know why? Because why the heck would he be here? Right? It's Saturday. It's my mother's birthday. Why are we here? We're here because we're passionate about journalism and we're scared to death that this conference may not exist next year. Right? I personally have lost 30 papers in the last year from my syndicate, most of which just went out of business. Poof, gone, see ya. And I'm sure this has happened in your world as well. And you're concerned, but you're passionate. But when you're building a community online, you've got to figure out a way to let that passion translate. And to be passionate as a journalist, for me, would only work online if that's what you're writing about every day and doing it. So there's got to be something else that drives you. And for me and our company, one of the main things that we do is we help people make smarter decisions with their money. We're feeding a need that we create. It is the tagline on my homepage, thinklink.com, right? Helping people make smarter decisions with their money. I came up with that mantra, that motto. It's our business modus operandi. This is why we exist. Because I think people really make lousy decisions with their money only because they don't know any better. And so I think this is sort of the driving reason for what we do. Another reason why we established the Thinkling community, to establish a bigger platform and audience for our upcoming projects. I've got this new book coming out called Buy Close, Move In. Hopefully you'll all be hearing about it next year. It's going to be out in April from HarperCollins. We're testing new social networking platforms and strategy for our Thinkling publishing clients and customers. We work with some very, very big companies. We've helped them launch Twitter. We've helped them with their Facebook platforms. We help them think about media strategy through social networking. And we help give them a reason and a sort of an understanding that it's not just enough to Twitter about what you're wearing. I mean, use it. Be useful. Let people know. Let your constituents know, your customers know what it is they're going to expect from you, when they can expect to get it, why they're going to get it, what they're going to get from you. So, of course, why do we also build a community? Well, it's an easy way to keep everybody engaged and informed about what's going on with Thinklink. It has a media personality that's very helpful. It builds the audience for a series of on-the-ground events. We've got this new event called How to Profit from Foreclosure. So anybody who wants to buy a foreclosure, or if you want to start your investment career, these events that we've started to do are providing real success stories, real advice, real people who are going to share with you real strategies as opposed to some of those infomercials you might see where you can buy with nothing down. And in fact, they're going to give you $50,000 to buy that apartment building, right? In the real world, that doesn't work, and so we're all about real information. There won't be anybody at these events trying to sell you a $3,000 box DVD set that basically says nothing. We also do it to establish, maintain, and grow the Think Blink brand. So I'm 45 as of last month. I got 22 years to go before Social Security, as it may or may not exist, kicks in. I got to do something with my time. We also are increasing engagement with our members. So social networking helps us keep track of what they're thinking about. It generates new story ideas. It provides real-time feedback for us. Notice how I'm talking about these things in a business-oriented way. As journalists, we're not conditioned to think that way, but I think everybody has to become sort of you've got to think about business today. It's just not enough to write a good story. So how do you create a social networking media strategy? You have to think about who you want to reach. And who you want to reach is, you can't say, well, everybody, I want to reach everybody. Because you know what? That's never going to happen. And you know, everybody's a lot of people these days. There are 250 million Facebook sites as of last week. So by now there's probably 260 million Facebook sites. You're not going to reach all those people. You know, even Ashton Kutcher doesn't reach all those people. You know, Demi Moore, they reach a lot, but they don't reach everybody. So who do you really want to reach? Who's going to be crucial for you? Who's going to be business development? Who's going to read your stories? My friend John Lansner, who used to be the business columnist for the Orange County Register, now writes the very, very popular real estate blog. It was so popular that they gave him somebody else to write the thing with him. And when they publish, it's like an extra 100,000 people come to the site that day because they get it through the RSS feeds, and then they click back in. He knows who he wants to reach. Anybody in San Diego who cares about real estate. And John has he's passionate about it. He writes clearly about it. I don't know if he writes with AP style about it or not, but he definitely is engaging his audience, and he knows who that audience